So I thought this would be good for our doll collecting over 60 because a lot of us who were around when these came out still love and collect these dolls. Hello, my cherished doll friends. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Cheryl. I haven't done an episode of doll collecting over 60 in a while, and I apologize for that. I've been meaning to do a doll collecting over 60s video, so I thought I would do one today. This is going to be a combo because there is a collab coming up. Marna from the Dolls Rescue is inviting us all to show our Beautiful Crissy dolls, and so I have some Beautiful Crissy dolls right here. And so I thought this would be good for our doll collecting over 60 because a lot of us who were around when these came out still love and collect these dolls. This was a childhood doll of mine. This is not the actual one that I had, but she's exactly like the one I had. She had this dress and she was the red-haired Crissy, and look at her beautiful hair. I have already done a rehab on her and fixed her up, and she's just gorgeous. And so I wanted to show you my Crissy dolls and also just chat a little bit. I had a thought that came to me when I was coming home from work one day recently. I was at the grocery store after work. The grocery store is right across from my office. And I was walking from the grocery store. I had my bags of groceries. I was walking towards my car and I was thinking to myself, after I left work, I was alone. I went to the store. Nobody was really watching me. I'm in the store. Maybe the grocers are there. They see me. The customers see me. But I'm alone. I'm alone in a crowd of people, you could say. And so I'm walking across the street. I put my groceries in the car. Maybe someone sees me, maybe they don't, maybe they're walking by. Oh, just some girl putting her groceries in the car, no big deal. And I drive home, I'm alone in my car. I get home, carry my groceries to my house. Maybe a neighbor or two sees me doing that. But once I get home and I walk in the door and close the door, I am alone. And that's because I live alone by choice. I have had wonderful relationships in my life, and I do have a very good circle of friends and family around me, so I'm by no means alone, but currently I am single and living alone. So it just occurred to me that my dolls are witness to my life. Because when I come home, it's just me and Penny. Well, I guess Penny is my witness too, but I come home to my dolls and they're all over my house. I'll insert some pictures, but I do have a shortage of shelf space for my dolls. But I like to look at them and play with them and change them. So I like to have them out, even if they're not displayed well. So I have them lined up against my walls in almost all my rooms. And so if anybody came into my house and saw them that way that didn't know me or didn't know I was a doll collector, they would probably be creeped out by it because there's all these dolls lined up against the wall staring at you. And that's kind of what it's like at my house. I've got all these dolls looking at me and they're observing my life. They're observing me, my day to day, walking through the rooms, doing what I do. And it just occurred to me that it was a funny thing that the dolls are my only witness to my life. But then I thought, you know what? You know who else is a witness to my life? You are. You are, because you see me here in my home with my dolls, and nobody else sees that but you. So it's like you're here with me and we're playing dolls together and we're talking together about our dolls. And I just think that's really interesting and it's really special because you are witness to a part of my life that I most treasure, and you probably see more of the real me and my real personality than any of my work friends, my friends and family do, because you're seeing me vulnerable at home, playing with dolls, doing my YouTube channel, which can be very challenging and takes a lot of courage and energy and all of that. So you are witnessing my life, and thank you for that, because when you live alone, you're doing a lot of things, but you don't have that person there to give you feedback and say, oh, that was a bad decision, or, oh, that wasn't a good thing you said right there. So I don't have that. And So I have you, and I appreciate any comments and feedback that you give me on the videos. I do enjoy having the dolls here looking at me. They don't creep me out, obviously. And so today, with that in mind, I wanted to show a doll that a lot of us in our age group probably remember as children, and I also had as a child. And this is part of a collab with Marna at the Dolls Rescued, and she invited us all to show our Crissy dolls. Did you have a Crissy doll when you were growing up or when you were a kid? This is the Crissy doll that I had. She's not the exact one. I had to find her again in the wild. I found her probably at a Value Village when I was thrifting. I used to have some good finds when I went thrifting. I don't do that so much anymore, but isn't she beautiful? I did clean her up. She came in her original dress, this orange lace dress, and this was the style back in the late 60s, early 70s. That's when she came out. I think it says 1969 on the back of her. Ideal Toy Corp. Wow, 1968. She came out in 1968. Can you imagine? So in 1968, I was 4 years old. And so I remember my mom having a dress like this, but it was white, but it was short, and it was like fabric underneath with this lace over top. And then she wore cute little white sandals and pretty beads, and she had her hair done really nicely. I just remember those pictures of my mom dressed this way, and I remember receiving this doll when I was a kid and absolutely loving her. The playability, I mean, you can make their hair, there's a little dial. If you're not familiar with the Beautiful Crissy dolls, they have this dial in the back here, and so the hair goes in the top. So you can turn this dial and the hair goes shorter. So that's about as short as it goes right there. And so you can do different little hairstyles. So you could do pigtails. Or you could, if you had it longer, you could do hairdos on top of her head. There's all sorts of things you can do. Or you could do like the Marlowe flip kind of look. If you had curlers, you could flip it up there. But she is super cute. She has one of the most beautiful face sculpts, and she's got the open close eyes, beautiful brown eyes. There she is up close. She's got a little bit of staining here on her forehead where it's turned a bit green. She's actually in pretty good condition. This particular one has a broken finger. Actually, it's looking better. I think it's healing. Is that possible? Can a doll's finger heal? So it didn't come right off, but it was quite, I think it was chewed by a dog or something, so it's a bit fragile. But I just love this Crissy. I think she's really beautiful. So then there's a little button on her tummy, and you push that, and you grab the ponytail, and you can pull it back out again, and then it's nice and long. Look how beautiful. So that is the Beautiful Crissy doll by Ideal. She also had a little cousin named Velvet, and I have her as well. Here, let's put Crissy over here. Actually, let's just brush her hair a little bit. Their hair is like indestructible. Look how shiny it is. Just want to give it a brush before I set her down. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at her hair. I just love that. She is so beautiful. So let's set her down over here, and we'll look at Velvet. Okay, so Velvet was her little cousin. Look at her. So she's shorter. She has a slightly different body type. Her legs kind of go out that way a little bit more. And she's shorter, and she's got blonde hair and kind of a violet purpley blue eye, and she has a different face sculpt, kind of a little munchkin looking little face. Very cute, not as pretty as Crissy, but still very cute. And she's got this gorgeous blonde ponytail. I've already washed the hair of both of these. I think I did this one too. it comes out so nice. And she's got these little curls at the front, and she's just so pretty. So there's my Velvet. And I actually have two more to show you. I know there are many people that collect these and have all the different characters. There's Carrie and Tressie, who has black hair. There's some from Australia and some from Canada and some from the US. So they have different mold variations. You can really get into collecting these. I only have Velvet and Crissy because those are the ones that I remember from childhood. But I have 2 copies of each and different versions. So this one is another Crissy that I have. And she's called a Look Around Crissy. And this is the dress that she came in. She still has her green shoes, and she still has her green matching underwear under there. And I braided her ponytail just to keep it neat. And she's got a very cute little haircut. So this Crissy has an extra feature where she can turn from side to side and kind of look around like this. Mine doesn't work anymore, and it's very disappointing to me because I bought this from a seller on Facebook Marketplace, and she did work when I picked her up. And as soon as I brought her home and I tried to pull out this string to make her look around, she was stuck. So she only worked when it was demonstrated to me, and then when I brought her home, she didn't work again. So something got caught up inside, but when you pull this butterfly out, she turns, just the upper part of her torso turns from side to side. So that's why she's called Look Around Crissy. And she always came in this beautiful green dress. I gotta be careful, the snaps are coming off. So there's her. So I like having her because she's a variation of the Crissy that I have. And I'll show you the other Velvet that I have because she has an alternate outfit as well. Let's see if I can fit them all up here. Okay, so those 3 are up there now, and I'll show you my last one is this little sweetheart. Isn't she cute? Look at her little dress. This is an original Velvet dress too, just a different style. This is velvet material here. And it's got this little floral dress. And look at her little pretty face. And they have open and closed eyes too. Look at how long her eyelashes are. They're so cute. Now she doesn't have the little ringlet bits at the front, but it does kind of turn in around her face, and it's very shiny. And we can brush her hair too. Oh, this one's got really nice hair. Look at that. So beautiful. So that is my other Velvet. So pretty. So let me know if you have a Velvet or Crissy or a collection of them. I would love to hear about it. And you can always send me an email. If you go to my YouTube page to the About and then click on Show Email, I do have an email address there. And if you ever want to send me pictures of your dolls and even have me talk about your dolls on my channel, I'd be happy to do that. So keep that in mind. I'd love to see your Crissy and Velvet dolls. So I wanted to show you mine today, and thank you, Marna from the Dolls Rescued, for inviting us all to show our Crissys. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on dolls being my witness. Are they your witness too? I'll see you in my next video. Bye.